Hi, thank you for tuning in to the Harp of the Spirit podcast. I'm Miss Coriel, and today I am joined by Jonas, one of our STEM students here at St. Narsai Assyrian Christian College, partaking in the AVA Challenge. We really wanted to discuss the opportunity that was given to our students working together on the Australian Virtual Astronaut Challenge. Jonas, why don't you tell us what interested you to join the AVA Challenge?
Well, we were online learning, and I was wondering to myself, how do astronauts survive in space? Miss told us about the AVA Global Challenge, and we were provided with the opportunity to take part in this interesting competition.
That's amazing, Jonas. Why don't you tell us more about the AVA Challenge and what it entails?
Well, AVA stands for Australian Virtual Astronaut Challenge. We got to be a part of a team of astronauts creating a family home outpost, also known as FHO, on the moon. We needed to come up with a solution on how we were going to survive, how we planned to thrive, and also solve problems that astronauts face in this Australian Virtual Astronaut Challenge.
That would have been a surreal experience for young minds. Jonas, what questions did you need to ask yourself to explore this mission?
Well, we had to consider how we are a team on the moon and that we needed to produce food in order to support life on the moon. These were the questions that we needed to ask ourselves before commencing. How are we going to sustainably grow food on the moon? How do we ensure this food is nutritious? How can the environment affect this food? How can the food be stored? And does the food produce enough energy?
Those are some very interesting and realistic questions that you asked yourselves. I know during COVID it would have been difficult. How did you end up exploring this mission further?
Well, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we were able to utilize the online learning experience provided by you. However, what helped me further explore this mission were the weekly meetings that we held. Each of these online meetings helped me explore one different aspect of the iSTEM design process. You recorded the meetings, which are held by external experts, and broadcasted it for ourselves to see.
I'm very happy that you enjoyed the weekly meetings, Jonas. Why don't you tell us what the roles of each student during the 6 weeks of planning were?
I'm glad you asked. We chose roles according to our strengths and weaknesses. If we knew someone excelled in a certain field, we would give that role to them because it would give us an advantage. Each student had experiences in different parts of the AVA mission. During our planning, we used a variety of programs to design different parts of our presentation. For example, Yusuf, who is also one of the STEM team members, used CAD for visual designing and editing.
How did you guys put this all together?
Well, after we had allocated our roles to each other, we were added to a group chat in which we individually worked on our section of the project before coming together again and putting our work together. We had many organizational assets which helped us put things together and plan. For example, we had scaffolds, Gantt charts, checklists, PMI charts, and more. We used these to predict outcomes, experiment, plan, and decide our solution. In fact, our PMI chart was how we chose the multi-dome idea.
That sounds very interesting. Why don't you tell us more about the multi-dome idea?
The multi-dome idea states that instead of creating one big shelter for these plants, we make many interconnected domes, so that if one does fail, it doesn't necessarily take the entire habitat with it. Once we know that a dome is failing, we can completely shut it off from contact with other domes.
And that's exactly right. That is when we sent the design proposal through to the AVA experts, as well as a prototype of the design that we created through this challenge. And we cannot wait to be a part of the STEM Club mission again next year. Thank you so much for listening to the Harp of the Spirit podcast. God bless.